stepped on my marshmallows, man.
Hello Sydneys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. Spooky Mama Month continues to roll on in October. Along with that, 5 Cream, also titled Scream 5, aka also just Scream, continues to have the cameras rolling, leading to us getting more details and set photos to get all hyped up for this horror movie. Specifically, what we're going to be talking about is some of these set photos that have landed online that gives us a good idea of some new details concerning some of the characters we'll be seeing in 5 Cream, along with some great new locations that Ghostface is going to be chasing these people around and really giving us them goose pimples, even touching upon some popular fan theories that the Scream community has come up with for Scream 5. So I'm going to need you guys to leave your opinions down below on everything we discuss here today. What Scream 5 news got you the most excited right now? What can you decipher from these photos and images? I will say this is like the first Scream 5 update in a while where everything on here isn't completely spoiler filled. Ghostface, you've been doing a good job of keeping them new kids in line because I was getting tired of spoilers being let loose every week on Instagram. And also don't forget to stab that like button, especially if you're loving the Scream 5 news on the channel. Alright, so just diving straight into some new things that we learned from Scream 5 since our previous update. If you want to get up to date with everything we've talked about with Scream 5 so far, you can check out the playlist on the channel. We've covered a lot of stuff here. But some of the latest set photos go ahead and show us the outside look of Woodsboro High. This is the high school that we'll be going to for Scream 5. Kind of great to just be back in Woodsboro. I know we went to it for Scream 4, but now for Scream 5, it really does feel like home. And now it's officially the place we've most gone to throughout the series. But there is something really puzzling about these photos that fans have noticed. For one, take a look at the cars that they are showing on the set of this Scream 5 movie. If you take a look at a lot of them, they seem like rather old models of cars. Then again, I'm not the biggest car expert, but these do not seem like the modern police vehicles or pedestrian vehicles that we were used to. Heck, we gotta look at some of the Woodsboro police vehicles in Scream 4, and they were pretty high-teched up. Like, Woodsboro's got some nice tax budget over there. Fans did notice the attention to detail that the school bus has the exact same Woodsboro Unified School District writing on it that the bus that dropped off Sidney Prescott in the first Scream movie. That's just the kind of little touches to detail us Scream fans love. But one thing I have yet to see anybody point out that I noticed right away. Do we say it?
What is it?
This is Neil Prescott's car.
Sydney's father?
Yeah. Jesus, what's he doing here?
It could just be my wild imagination, or that could have just been a popular car at the time, but that right there to me looks exactly like Neil Prescott's car that we got to see in the first Scream movie. Heck, it was even a nice little plot point because the entire film and ghost faces of that movie were trying to set up Sidney's father as the one behind the mask going around Woodsboro. This is one of the fan theories we're going to get into right off the top, is that now a lot of people are starting to believe that Scream 5 can actually be a secret prequel to the entire Scream franchise. I know, kind of crazy, heck, even I don't believe it, but it is rather interesting, even more when you pair it up to a post Mason Gooding did, one of the newest characters in Scream 5. He plays the character of Chad, and he said thanks to his contract, he's legally not allowed to show us what his wardrobe looks like for the new Scream movie. Now, maybe that's just standard for all Hollywood movies, and you're not supposed to know what characters' outfits are supposed to be looking like, but I would think it would be a real big spoiler if we saw he was wearing 90s aesthetic clothing, and the new cast we're following aren't even set in modern day, and we're actually going to be watching a movie set either in between the main films or an actual prequel. Now again, that's just a theory based on these photos right here. Honestly, my explanation to explain these is just flashback scenes. You guys might have seen in a previous Scream 5 video where we talked about that Billy Loomis is looking to be brought back into the Scream franchise one way or another. Now there's no way they're bringing him back to life. That character is gone. The way that rumor started is because one of the cast members attached to Scream 5 went ahead and tagged him to an Instagram post before deleting his name off, and now we even have more fuel to that fire because remember the same crew member who showed us the first look of the new logo for Scream 5? That was who took the picture of the seats on the set of Scream 5. Well, it looks like Paramount went ahead and gave him his Instagram account back, and people have noticed that he, earlier in the month, all the way back to August, he was getting excited to start working on the set of Scream 5, and he tagged Ski Ulrich as part of the movie. Boy, you trying to get that account deleted again? And as of me filming this right now, that post is still up, so Paramount has not found it or didn't do any good scrubbing when they deleted it the first time. It looks like Billy Loomis really is coming back, and now with these photos right here of looking like an old-timey Woodsboro, that's our answer right there. flashbacks. And when we first brought up the idea of Billy Loomis coming back, you guys were really excited for a flashback scene to the original first kill in Scream, Maureen Prescott, Sidney Prescott's mother. What if that is the opening scene of the movie? We finally get to see the first ever stabby that started everything off, Maureen Prescott. That would be awesome. But okay, jumping from there, I think the juiciest photos that we've gotten so far since everything has started rolling back up. Yeah, we did have a crew member give us our first look of the new mask in Scream 5. Not really all that different. If you want to be a connoisseur of the Ghostface mask, they all have slight variations from each movie, but at the end, they all still pretty much look the same, especially if you're being chased by this guy. You're not gonna go, why is your nose bigger now? But still, I love that mask, and seeing it on some handlebars, that's kind of cool. But the actual juicy photo is we have our main characters here now looking to confirm some details that we've gotten way back with some character descriptions. You guys might have known that the main character of this movie, although Sidney Prescott and the original gang are coming back, they're not really the main characters of the film. The main character is said to be Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega through this sister relationship, both playing the character of Sam. And as far as we know right now, Melissa Barrera is being set up to be our new Sidney Prescott for this new generation of Scream. She's the one in the main plot synopsis that's described as a woman returns to her hometown after a series of vicious crimes are committed, trying to find out who the culprit is. And in these set photos, we see what job she has in where she meets another new character, Richie. You guys might remember when we first started doing character descriptions on these new people involved in Scream 5, they were listed as working at Costco. And even then at that time, I told you guys, even though Costco is in the description, I highly doubt that they'll actually use Costco. It's just a placeholder. But now we officially know, yeah, it's not Costco, but instead they're working at a bowling alley.
John Schnell, the owner of Cardinal Lanes, looking back on what has been a busy year for his bowling alley, not only with balls and pins, but the film industry. Cardinal Lanes has been featured in 3 films in the last year and a half. He's not sure what got the ball rolling on using his bowling alley in movies, but he's glad it did. Reporting in Wilmington, Tanner Barth, WWAY News.
What a unique little place to fall in love and meet your new soulmate, a bowling alley. And when I first saw these photos, I just thought it was awesome. I didn't know it was a bowling alley at first, so when I saw the costumes, I was hoping they were working at a movie theater. I was like, yes, Scream at a movie theater. We don't have video stores anymore, but we can have a movie theater. It's a bowling alley now. And then I was talking to myself going, wow, cool. I don't think we've ever really seen a bowling alley in Scream. That's going to be awesome, having Ghostface chase them around. Maybe they throw a bowling ball at him, throw some pins. And then I thought, wait, we have seen a bowling alley in the Scream franchise. For those of you cool kids out there who watched the first 2 seasons of MTV Scream, you would know there is an episode dedicated to our heroes being trapped at an abandoned bowling alley. Now, as far as we know, the TV series and the Scream franchise all took place in the same universe, they just never really connected. This new team, Radio Silence, seems to be a really big fan of everything Wes Craven has done related to Scream, and Wes Craven was attached to the Scream TV series, at least the first 2 seasons, and this could be them connecting the bridges, throwing in that Easter egg of the bowling alley we saw in the Scream TV franchise. Even if you think about it further, it makes sense because this bowling alley isn't located in Woodsboro. From everything we've heard, Melissa Barrera's character left Woodsboro because she had some sort of traumatic childhood and abandoned her sister and family because of that trauma. Now she's in this other town, living by herself, just trying to pass through life, working at a bowling alley where she meets this sweet kid named Richie, played by Jack Quaid, who she falls in love with. But then when her sister and her friends are in trouble, she goes back. In the Scream TV series, they wasn't located in Woodsboro. They were located in a town called Lakewood. So this bowling alley could be that exact same one located in Lakewood. Not that huge of a reveal, and I don't think it'll go any further than just a little Easter egg, but still, that's kind of cool to know if you're a fan of the TV series. The other most recent information we were given is that this coming week, Scream 5 is set to film inside a mall. But it's not just any mall. This is one of those dying malls that it seems like every town now has. I know we got like 3 of them up here in Dallas. Shout out to anyone who knows Valley View. And the interior of this mall just screams to me 90s aesthetic, old ass mall, kind of feeding in more to that prequel flashback theory of, are we going to see Sidney Prescott, Stu, Jamie Kennedy, that entire gang just hanging out at the mall before stuff started to really go down in the first film? If not, with movie magic, we've seen them turn places that are ugly and horrifying into nice modern looking places. So they could have probably have picked this mall for a good reason, because it's abandoned, there's almost no stores, so they can make it look like a modern, successful, up and running mall right now. And that's just exciting because all throughout the Scream series, we haven't seen Ghostface chase around our victims in a mall and that is what I loved about the Scream franchise. There are so many great chase sequences throughout the Scream series, not only starting with coming into your own home, but you weren't even safe in a movie theater. I loved in Scream 2 where he was chasing you through the college classes, specifically that one sound room that, oh my god, little me was paranoid to death. And probably a very memorable one, the movie set of the recreation of Stu's house in Scream 3. Scream 4 was kind of lacking in those creative chase sequences, but a mall, that's a lot of fun. A bowling alley, that's gonna be great. All this Scream 5 news to me is just super exciting. I just can't get enough of it, but at the same time, I want to stay away from it because I don't want to get spoiler filled. So these set photos are just fun to speculate and imagine what could happen. But I'm gonna throw it off to you, Scream fans. How do you feel about this secret prequel theory Scream fans have about Scream 5? Or do you think it's just going to be flashbacks? As well as, what do you think of the new chase scene locations? A mall, a bowling alley? What other places would you like to see Ghostface stalk these people at? Be sure you guys are subscribing for more movie-related content. Hit that like button. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.